not, peace, love, and energy to everybody. Um, my internet hella slow, so hopefully this video is recording and everyone is actually listening. I'm actually seeing the little circle shit. Okay, there we go. Now I'm live. Bam! Here I was talking to myself because I thought I was live, but I really wasn't. Good evening, gods and goddesses. How everyone doing? Nubian goddesses. Uh, my earthly, heavenly beings. Um, coming on here, of course, with all due respect, with all homage paid, understanding this role that not only I have signed up for, but this role that is dominant at this present moment, at like the now moment, to understand a different level of enlightenment when it comes to a lot of things that we were taught early on in life that has simply kind of directed our paths away from the original blueprint of self. So I know, okay, of course, you already know how I roll. I am Happy El Sekmet. I am an ancient one. I am a part of the collective when it comes to understanding thyself. Um, I study cosmology, quantum physics, metaphysics, pranayama, tai chi, qigong, crystal healing, herbology. I am in tune with a higher understanding of self. I am privileged and happy to be at this point in my life. I understand like how important this is for us to know this information and actually give our children a chance when it comes to discovering themselves. But first, understanding themselves in a totally different curriculum that the schoolhouses and that people in life try to force them to be. I don't teach my children to be a productive being in society. I don't teach them how to like just have a 9 to 5. Now, don't get me wrong. That mentality has definitely been a part of my journey because of some of the things that I was taught as early on of being brought up. So right now, I want to welcome our ancestors. I want to pay homage to our ancestors. I want to let them know that their names and their sacrifices of everything they have done thus far is not going in vain. I understand exactly what's happening right now. The continuation of a dominant seed of this earth is about to be replanted and reborn, and that would be us. So just rejoice in this moment and understand that you are a part of this moment. And stop giving credit to the opposite side when credit is not due. Give a little credit to yourself. Pat yourself on the shoulder today and say, hey, I made it through the day today. Something as simple as that. So we're going to speak on the topic of, okay, I'm tripping. My ancestors, my celestial ancestors, uh, the elements, the 5 elements. I welcome them. I welcome any and everyone on that level of energy that want to be a part of this conversation of awakening. So Ashe. And we're gonna hop into it. Like the other day I put a video out where I'm at with the minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Other day I put a picture out with a all red uniform on because of the type of work I do. I'm in home health care right now. And I had on like the full suit, you know, representing the gang blood. Now, I was actually conversating with someone and I just put that picture on there because I look cute and I wanted to like floss and I look good in red, being a dark skinned sister. Thank you very much. All this melanin, you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much. So, make a long story short, the responses I've received was unbelievable. I even got a few phone calls. And you know, no disrespect to anyone in the hood that we come from. No disrespect to anyone's hood. With all due respect, it's a lot of things that we did growing up and that our children do right now navigate towards that energy, all because they lacking a energy somewhere else within the household. And how people even step into these gangs and actually go into these avenues of being is because they have a lack of something at home, a huge lack. Their surroundings or being traumatized. I mean, being abused. You know what I'm saying? Being neglected, being starved. The list goes on and on in the hood. Everybody knows that, and everybody know that type of family that actually live that construct. So, with that being said, me putting that picture out there didn't have anything to do with any disrespect because at the end of the picture, I put Mundra, which is spelled Mudra. And the sign that I always been associated and affiliated with of understanding was always a gang related sign, which was known to the blood affiliation. And now that this enlightenment or this awakening has inspired me to understand and to actually dive a little deeper behind symbolism and symbolization, it helped me to understand that whatever signs I have thrown up, it's always a deep essence, deep, so deep within us that we forgot about. And somehow it's still brought to the surface. So even our brothers and our sisters doing these gang signs, they are literally doing ancient hand gestures of power, not even knowing it. But these gestures of power has a lot to do with bringing in a different frequency or a different vibration of yourself, of your higher understanding of self. So I just want to speak on that just for another 10 minutes, hopefully at the most. And I'm going to go straight into it because the topic is the Mudra signs versus gang signs. And first, we're going to go into the definition of a gang. We're going to go into the English aspect of the definitions, and then I'm going to tell you the etymology of the word itself, the original word, the original meaning of it. So, gang right now is an organized group of criminals in this English aspect. Now, the etymology of the word itself goes way back to 1600, something like that, and it started as is Ganga, Ganga, Gang, and it actually meant at that time going on a journey as well as like the way. It's like the passage. Like you've been given the passage or on your journey on a passageway. You're actually traveling. It basically meant traveling on a journey or trying to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I say that because the English alphabet and the words are trickery. And if you didn't know spells and the spellings of these words are literally putting you under a spell. And you wouldn't know that because the vibration and the frequencies as well as energy has never been told to us properly how to actually be used and how important it is in your everyday little stubble life, your little everyday tangible materialistic life. How important it is with that energy and how we can literally create a whole new world or paradigm just by changing our minds. So I say that to say, start paying attention to the words that you speak, start actually looking up the words, what it meant beforehand, and shit like that, because trickery is real, and we're still being tricked and hoodwinked with a lot of these things and information and knowledge as well, to where, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Can we get a peek at the secrets? So no, we can't. So this is where I'm at now, to where we have to claw and fucking dive and bend over backwards just to get a book that's outdated and not published anymore, all because they're using it to their advantage. All right. So boom, moving forward. So a lot of people don't even know even where gangs started from. The first gang, you know what I'm saying, why it hit our hoods and neighborhoods hard the way that it did. So I'm gonna go. I don't even have my glasses, which is crazy because I need them. But I'm going to go into this list of information that I got today and have been collecting. You know, the last couple of weeks. I just ain't had a chance to get on here. But let me wrap it up. 10 minutes. Yeah. My auntie told me I got to stay on topic. Stay on topic. So in the beginning, when it even comes to games, the first game actually started in the Midwest in the first gang in the United States was called the 40 Thieves in the 1820s. And they were actually from New York, which are the Poles and the Italians. So the Polish, which were the Polish Americans or whatever. So actually, the first gang in the U.S. Um, was started in the Midwest in the 19th and 20th centuries in Chicago. In Los Angeles. Excuse me, y'all. So I say this to say the origin of gangs themselves not only been around to hit our neighborhoods, but the first gang actually was in the 1800s. And the first one in Chicago was formed by the Poles and the Italians, which are the Polish Americans, and the core membership in the Chi-Town. You only can get in a gang through them as well as affiliated with their culture. The only percentage of I'm gonna say black for the sake of time, but the star being the black race, so-called black race, was 1%. 1% was involved in gang, which is at that time the meaning was a fucking group of criminals, people that didn't mean nobody else no good. The only percentage was 1%. How the gangs even blew up like it did was because of the young man by the name of Raymond Washington and Stanley Tookie Williams, and it started in the 1960s. He actually either got jumped or something happened to where he wanted to start his own gang, and he was number 16 years old. Although the reasoning behind starting the gang at that time, it was a lot of our revolution was going on with the rights, a lot of racism, uh, shit, people marching, fighting for freedom rights when it comes to jobs, fucking equality. You name it, schools, everything. And the Black Panthers actually was a big part of that era. You know what I'm saying? So the Crips actually, which was a part of the group called the East Side Avenues, and dude, Raymond Washington, he started his own because he got into it with the group or some people in the group, and he started his own. And so his group actually was called the Baby Avenue Cribs. CRIB, because they were babies or BGs that we called them at this time, under, the avenue. So he started his own little baby group. So he ended up changing the name, became Crip, because dude brother was bow-legged. And that's what the neighborhood name gave him. His name was Crip. So that's how he even adopted the name Crips. And they had a dress code and everything else. But the thing about this, Crips, these gangs started in residence to actually protect the neighborhoods like the Black Panther. They was just a different sector of the neighborhood that was not just in that shit daily like the gang members are now today, but they was literally in that shit and saw that shit hands on to where they got a chance to be the ones hands on there. And he gained a lot of respect from his boxing and just his hands, period. You know what I'm saying? So to make a long story short on that, Crips actually stood for, it is an anagram, just like blood. It's an anagram, and it is an anagram for community Revolution in Progress. That's what CRIP stands for. That's what it stands for. And the people that started the blood, because some dudes got into it with the young man, Raymond Washington, they started their own shit, except the opposite of the Crips. And it was blood. And the young man who started theirs was Angelinos Sylvester Scott and Vincent Owens. And then they said Benson Owens. So you can do your research on it. I looked it up a couple of times, and the variation was both the same in each uh, uh, information that I came across. So basically, these two started their game because of a fight that they got into it with Raymond, and they started their shit. So, and this was in the 1970s. So, blood itself, though, did not stand for anything but brotherhood. It didn't stand for nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Which is blood stood for brotherly love overcomes oppression and destruction. CRIP, again, community, revolution, and progress. Blood, brotherly love overcomes oppression and destruction. So now I say these things, I put some pictures out there early on Facebook when it comes to Mudras. Check them out. You can even look up the shit yourself and see the variations when it comes to gang signs. So now we're going to go into exactly what Mudras are. Mudras are ancient hand symbols because our hands hold power. Our hands hold power. The lines, each vein means something. It has a lot to do with your making of you in this existence in this physical form. So mudras are literally hand gestures. So each one of our fingers means something. Like the thumb is fire, your index finger is air, your middle finger is space or the ethers, your ring finger is earth, and your little finger is water. If you didn't know, you actually make a makeup of these components as well within the body, as well as every natural element on the periodic chart. So helium, I mean not helium, Lord. Hydrogen, dang, three more. I know carbon, something else. But anyway, brain fart. But still, the point I'm trying to make is that these are things that has been hidden, that has been not shown to us. So let's move forward, understanding the hand itself and what those meanings of the fingers. And once we actually touch the tips, which our energy lies within the tips of the fingers themselves, and just connecting these, you connect all these five elements together and you can receive that higher vibration of understanding. Now, with the gang signs, our people have totally used them in the wrong format in a low vibrational stance. So I'm gonna wait on that, and that's gonna be towards the end. But just know that mudras themselves are hand gestures, reflexology. Um, your pituitary gland is connected to your thumb and the fingertips, your brain, and just touching these right here. Ooh, see that? Feel some type of energy. You know, if you in sync, you on point, and you understand, you're going to feel it. So I suggest you to get to know your body better just by touching the tips of your fingers and understand these hand gestures and things. Even the people in the media or the celebrities use, they know things that you don't know. That's all that is. That's all that is. But this right here, blood sign for show, means knowledge. This right here is knowledge. It means that you are in tune with a higher understanding of your intuition and the soul, uh, divine creator itself. That's the understanding you get just by doing this and sitting and meditating, just by holding these tips. So it's several signs that actually like the devil horns. It's supposed to be like the devil, but it's not. And as well as a gang sign. I know this one's supposed to be a gang sign. I can actually I got my notes scattered on that, but in this Maya that we're in, this illusionary world, we just been tricked and we just don't understand. We can't fault one another because we don't understand. But these gang signs and these mudras hold so much significance and similarities to each other. So that's truly, brother, the reason why you're doing it. And the main reason why a lot of our brothers, whether whatever melanated shade they may be, you know, the melanated being period has over 52 shades of melanin. So if you fit into that degree of being, then it don't matter. But the one of the main reason that y'all get into it the way you do, because you forgot about the over essence of why Crip and Blood even started, and got into the ego and started actually doing things in a low vibrational stance. When these community uh, gangs that's on their journey really started on this journey helping out the neighborhood and being a part of the sacrifice to protect the neighborhoods. They forgot about that. So start claiming, if you really want to claim something, start claiming your divinity. Start claiming your soul purpose of being. Start claiming that ancient essence that's lie deep within you that can give you that nudge of understanding to push you away from these low vibrational ways of being. Because it's obviously that we not only continue to be pushed down the wrong rabbit hole, we just need to start digging goddamn me new holes and finding new ways to understand things. We don't have to go through anybody else. There is no middleman through between you and your own salvation. And I just wanted my people to know that tonight. So I know my auntie gonna say something because this is 20 minutes long. But still, I got my point across. Start looking up these mudras. Also, even just doing this blood sign, if you understand Tesla, if you understand 369 and numerology, there go the three, there go the six, go to nine. Zoo. Peace, love, and energy, y'all. Straight up. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everyone right now that's like foxing with me. Please fox with me. Universal Soul, SOUL, thanking at gmail.com. I actually offer enlightenment tools. I have the jewelry, I have the crystals, I have the hematite bracelets as well as the chains. I have other items, sage. I offer Tai Chi, Qi Gong, pranayama, herbology, um, numerology charts, and I know I'm always missing something. Pranayama. Anyway, at the end of the day, you get the picture. I'm the one to come to, literally, if you are looking for a higher understanding, but just know you have to go within, not outside. We didn't did enough of that. Thank y'all.